And now let's see what I mean with the email processing feature. The problem that you might have noticed is that recently Microsoft introduced the email history form. Before that, you had no chance of knowing what was happening with your emails. Now you at least know that they were sent, but this form still doesn't provide enough information and possibilities regarding the sent emails. So the solution is to provide a convenient overview of the sent email status, with the possibility to get the exact message that was sent and the possibility to modify and resend the selected messages, even if in bulk if needed. What is happening by default when you are printing to the email print destination? Report is printed into an in-memory file. Email message is prepared, file with the report is attached to the message, and the message is automatically sent. So if you would like to have a better control over your email messages, to know about their status, if they were successfully sent or they failed, and particularly if you would like to be able to manage the outgoing messages, resend them, modify them, and so on, you can use a different way of sending the email messages, and I refer to them as email processing. So let's go into my environment again, and perhaps you have noticed earlier in this form this email sending mode. So the synchronous one is the default, so that says as soon as the email message is prepared, send it out. But I will now use this email processing. So now when I send my email, and I don't need to preview anything, so I want it just simply sent out. I will say here cancel printing, and I will send this same email. Okay, now I don't need even to use print management. Yes, I do need. I will send through print management, and let's see what's going to happen. And I made the beginner's mistake, and that is I made a modification here, but I didn't go out of the setting, because that's when all this information is packed and stored in the database. So I need to say OK and go here out. And now I will, even though here when I say continue printing, it should do what was supposed to do. So it is successfully prepared for sending. So not sent, but successfully prepared for sending. Using email processing, you will find the outgoing email in batch email sending status. So let's go there and type batch email sending status. And here is the form. This is the form which is used for the workflows emails, but we decided to use that one. We think that is the simplest way that requires the least of customization, but you can implement also your own table for that. Here I have a benefit of all the infrastructure already working for me. So there's this batch job, which in my case doesn't run, but anyway, in your case it would be running, and it would be sending emails, and you would see which of them failed, which is still waiting, which is successfully sent. What can we see also here? Imagine that your client didn't pay you. That's what hurts you the most. And you call him and ask why didn't they pay, and they say, well, you didn't send us your email. How come? I did it. And we didn't want to extend this particular form further with the information about the customer and the company. You can do it in your own implementation, but here I used this trick that in the email description I entered the values that I have specified here on the report as report caption by using also known placeholders, so company ID and invoice account, because customers are company specific. So based on that settings, here I see for which company and for which customer the email was sent. So that's the way how to filter out and find that particular customer. And then I would find, and I will say, listen, I did send you emails, because they would be in the sent status, and I have sent them here and here. And then client would say, but I didn't receive it. Can you please check to which email did you send it? And I will go here and say, okay, it was sent to Sanya Kolunji at docentric.com. Oh, no, that's not correct email. They would say, you need to send it to some other mail. Can you please resend it? So one option you have is to go back into the invoice and print it once again, but another option is to simply select whatever needs to be resent and go here into this update messages. So that's what I was talking about, possibility to update your messages. And here I would say update the email recipients and type new email address at docentric.com or whatever, and I will say okay. Do I want to update? Yes. And now these two, I would, if they were sent, actually before updating them I would need to put them into restart sent status, and then I would modify them, and next time when the job runs it would pick them up and send them. I can also say exactly, I can see exactly what message was sent, so I can go here and say download message. You noticed that I am a fan of that. So here I would see exactly the mail that was, in my case, prepared for sending. In your case, it would be sent with this report itself, and also some additional attachments and all this information in the email body. So I would know, I would really have a complete control over my sent email. Okay. So what are the customizations that you need? Maybe you will want to have a configuration based on which you would say if the email message will go in asynchronous mode, so directly or through this email processing, or if you want to apply it to every email without any excuses, then you would do it you would hard code that information. And you would need also the logic to, when at the moment when the email message is prepared, not to send it, not to continue with the sending procedure, but to insert it in a correct way into this batch email sending status or whichever table you select for maintaining this information. And nice to have features here are the ones that I demonstrated, possibility to download message or to update them even in bulk. As a conclusion, this implementation is not so complex, but adds really a great value, so I really highly recommend it. What's on our agenda? We have covered the email processing, and we need to talk about the feature that I call unresolved tokens handling.